A golden apple tree, but here in the US or in Jamaica they call it a June plum tree. I do have a small apple tree on the other side that's just got put in about a year ago, and we got 2 from it. We call this Jamaican plum, and it's now coming back in. You see the winter, all the leaves fell off, so now it's now beginning to come back. I wanted to replicate my own tropical paradise. You gotta pretend you're in the Caribbean, but you're in Florida, correct?
There you go.
So this is where my American and Caribbean cultures clash. We know that they're about this big. I don't know the name of them. I just know they're delicious, and they're one of my favorites here. Every time I bring my friends here, I say, welcome to my mini Garden of Eden.
Hello everybody, welcome to Fruitful Trees. I'm so excited to be here, and I'm not alone today. I'm with the host of this house that's going to show us around this amazing property. But it just reminds me after seeing this just every morning, walking in my garden alone as the dew is on the roses and the voice I hear. All right, everybody, this is going to be a great one. We are with a lady from the Caribbean. She grew up there, and she brought that piece of heaven here with her, and we're going to see it today. So put your comments and questions below, and here we go. Hello, everybody. Here we are with another beautiful property we're going to have on the show today, and this is
Karen Hines.
Karen Hines. And Karen, how long have you been in this property?
4 years now.
4 years. And when you moved here, were there any trees?
Yes, thankfully the people who lived here, they were big on planting. So I have a lot of mature trees, a lot of exotics, and this is absolutely why I bought the property.
Oh, wonderful. Now, did you grow up learning about trees, or did something that's new?
I grew up in the Caribbean, a beautiful island of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. So most of the plants and trees are here I grew up with. There are a couple that were new to me, but for the most part, this is all why the reason we got the property in the first place.
All right. Well, we're looking forward. How big is the property?
It's 1.15 acres.
1.1. Okay. In Loxahatchee, Florida.
Yeah.
Do you have problems with critters here like squirrels and
Mostly
raccoons?
rabbits.
Rabbits.
Rabbits, and in mango season we'll have problems with a couple of the iguanas or the lizards that come out, but beyond that, nothing much else.
Do you spray your trees?
I do not. I do not spray my trees. A couple of them need tending to right now, and I'm having to consider that, but it's a last resort. I'm trying to find as many natural remedies as we can to treat the trees that are having some issues right now.
Okay, let's start the tour around this beautiful property.
All right, great. So welcome. Okay. So the first tree that we have here is, I grew up calling it a golden apple tree, but here in the US or in Jamaica they call it a June plum tree. And it's season now. The leaves fell off because of all the cold weather we had recently, but it's one of my favorite. Absolutely love it. When it's ripe, it turns a nice yellow, but we normally eat it with salt and pepper when it's green, and you can eat it with salt and pepper when it's ripe as well.
Now when it's yellow, does it get sweet? Because I've had it green, it's sour.
When the green, it's sour, but it has that nice savory taste. When it's yellow, it's a little bit sweeter, but some people think it's not a very sweet fruit to begin with, as opposed to some that we'll talk about as we go along.
Okay. June plum, beautiful.
Yeah, June plum.
And it looks like an older tree.
It is an older tree. So the folks who were here, they had this property for at least 20 plus years. So what you'll see is a lot of the trees are much older, which is great because they're mature and they're producing. And then there's some that they planted that were newer, and they really are now beginning to bring fruit in.
Sure. Okay.
All right. So over here we have a row of sapodilla tree, or leesberry, as some people call them. Yes. There are 2 varieties. When I got the property, they didn't know what variety they were because they're not from this country. So they just said, we have 2 different kinds. I think it might be Alano, and I think it might be Makuk because they're a little oval. And then we have some that are very round, and they're absolutely delicious, but not my favorite. But I have a lot of friends and family who actually enjoy it. And it bears most of the year round, so it's a good fruit to have around, and it's very sugar sweet, also known as the brown sugar fruit.
Yeah, so this would be the Makuk variety?
I am not sure, to be quite honest. I think it's the oval one is Alano.
This is not Alano.
No, this is not Alano. No, because it's more round. I think one of these is Alano. So I'm doing the research now to find out the different varieties that we have, because again, the prior owners, they did not associate the varieties. They just said we have great trees, and that's all I cared about anyway.
Now I see you trimming the trees, so do you cut this one back?
Yes, so I have a phenomenal gentleman who who takes care of trimming the trees for me. A plug for Juan Rodriguez Landscaping. He takes care of the trees and cut them back. I don't want them to get too big. One, we have the lines overhead. Plus, I'm vertically challenged. I need to be able to reach all the fruit.
Sure. So that's beautiful. That's great. And there's not too many fruit on there, but do you get more on this variety, or this is just you've already had most of it?
This is going year round. So this right now is in the lower season. So what it continues to give us fruit throughout the year.
Okay.
So it's absolutely gorgeous. And this one is the more oval rung. I think this one might be the Alano.
Yes, that looks more like an Alano.
So this is what we have here now. And again, this is much sweeter than the round one. And
beautiful.
There are 6 of them that are here. There are 4 here and 2 on the back that bring us delicious fruit. So
beautiful. All right.
Yeah. Over here, I love this tree. It's a newer tree, one that I put in. It's an allspice tree. Whenever we bring people over to the house, we always ask them to break a leaf and smell it, because the smell is so strong and so wonderful. But it's one of my favorite trees. It's an allspice tree.
Okay.
So the folks who were here, when we put the trees in, they put them in by row. So we have mangoes on this side. These 2 haven't given us mangoes quite yet, so they're relatively new. But we see blossom, so we get to know what kind of mangoes we have this year. And on this row, we have long guns going all the way down. And then the next row over, we have lychee. And you know, again, we didn't have a good year with lychee last year. We had a phenomenal year with longan, and I really enjoyed having them to be able to eat here.
Well, they are cut beautifully, and this whole yard is just beautiful landscaping. Good job.
Yeah.
And and you're exciting about the mangoes. I see one mango right there. That's nice.
They're coming in. They're coming in. Again, I have to plug Juan Rodriguez. He does a phenomenal job taking care of cutting the trees back for us.
Now I see you do have more room. Do you plan on getting more stuff or no?
Not too much. I have some of the things I want to get. I want to be very strategic in the way we put additional trees in. I don't want to get the common variety. I want to find the things that bring back childhood memories of the Caribbean and that are not common around here.
Do you have ackee?
I do have a small ackee tree on the other side that's just got put in about a year ago, and we got 2 from it. I personally don't know how to cook it, but you find friends who know how to cook it, and they cook it for you. So
I eat them raw.
You eat them raw?
Yeah.
Okay, I've never heard that before.
Yeah,
okay.
As long as they split open, so I don't die.
Yes, I know the part about splitting open.
But they're good. Okay.
So we're going to go over here now, because we have the star fruit, and it's a young tree. I put these in. So it's now coming up. So it has some time to go before it can give us anything. But love that one as well, another childhood favorite. And right here we have the mulberry, which just finished giving us a really great crop this year. And they're the small mulberries, but oh, they're so delicious, and absolutely enjoy eating them. And another mango here. And on this side, we have a neem oil tree. So folks who enjoy neem, or they like neem oil, this is one of the trees that we have here. This one, and we have another small one there. We suffered some damage during the last storm that we had, so it fell over. So we had to then prop it back up.
Yeah, we passed a dragon fruit there.
Oh, this is just, this one's relatively new. On the bottom end of the property, we have a whole lot more dragon fruit. This one hasn't produced anything yet. We just put that in not too long ago. But as you notice on the trees going down here, there are lots of dragon fruits just hanging off.
Yeah.
And that was by design.
Okay, really cool.
So we're able to get longan and dragon fruit from the same tree. A double 2-in-1, if you want to call it that.
Using the space wisely.
Using the space wisely, and making sure that we actually enjoy the fruits of what's being produced here.
There's a rabbit.
There are lots of rabbits. I'm not sure I enjoy those critters as much, because they sometimes eat the crops, and I'm not happy about that. But we have to share sometimes. We have the Java plum here. Growing up in the Caribbean, we will call this jaw plum, but here in the US, you call it Java plum. And this one, I don't know how old it is, because we've been here 4 years now, and it hasn't given us anything. It's just taking up space. So I said, all right, you need to give us something now. Let's go. So hopefully this year or the next year, we will have some from this one, and we have another one in the back that is now trying to figure out what it's doing with itself. So we have a lychee tree here, but it has some bugs on it, so we have to get that taken care of. And we haven't quite found out how to take care of that. There are a couple of the folks in the area who have the same problems. If anybody out there who knows how to treat these leechy, come let me know.
The mite. Yeah,
the mite. And we're struggling. We tried everything and don't quite know how to get rid of it. But every once in a while, it gives us some great fruit. So we don't want to get rid of it quite
What's
yet.
that here?
This right here is a sugar wrapper tree. So this is its first year coming in, and those two over there we have a Turkish fig and an Italian fig as well. Coming up on this row, we have more dragon fruit here, as well as on these two trees coming up here, we have more dragon fruit coming up. So could you tell we like dragon fruit?
Yeah, a bunch of different varieties.
Yes, so no, actually it's the same variety. It's a white variety, and because we enjoy it so much, we kept it. Right here we have the tamarind tree. So when we got the property, it was cut all the way down to the ground, and we've allowed it to keep growing. Now it's coming back up, and we're waiting patiently for it to give us some fruit. So we're gonna hope that it can do that for us soon. But for us, we enjoy the property because it's peaceful, it's quiet. And right here we have we call this Jamaican plum, and it's now coming back in. You see the winter, all the leaves fell off, so now it's now beginning to come back and give us some leaves. So we had a few fruit last year. This year we're hoping we have a much better variety and more abundance. So cross your fingers with us and let's see what happens. We're going to show you the Noni. This is in second year, I believe, and it has 2 fruit on it. So I'm going to share that with you, and we're going to show you the bamboo, edible bamboo. So we have this variety of bamboo here. It's a much thicker variety. In the rainy season, it produces really great shoots, and we're able to harvest those and use them in soups and use them in stir fry. Our good friend Mike, he's the one who has been teaching me about this, and we share that. So this is our edible bamboo shoots that we use.
Wow. Yeah. How often do you cut them down?
I keep it trimmed. So right now we're due for a trim, but I don't cut them down very often because we control it by taking the bamboo shoots. If you take the shoot, then you're not able to. Exactly. You're not going to get anything else. Right now we're going to be cutting back that too, so we can get some sun coming in to the yard a bit more.
That's not all bamboo, is it?
That is all bamboo. Wow. Going right across our neighbor. So our neighbor installed that bamboo a number of years ago, and it's great for privacy. It's great to keep this part of the yard cool, and I absolutely love it. But this is
that's beautiful.
It is absolutely beautiful. The only side effect is a lot of the dry leaves ended up in your pool. That's
now, when it's windy, does it make the creaking sound?
It makes that beautiful creaking sound that you're hearing there. And when it's a storm, you can see the bamboo dancing. Literally, it comes really low to the ground and then it pops right back up. It's the most beautiful sight to see.
Which side do you get sun in? Which south exposure?
A sun comes this way, so we're able to get sun. We don't get much sun right under the bamboo, obviously, but most of our sun is on that side of the property. Okay. Mm-hmm. And this is our Noni. So we have 2 beautiful fruit coming in here right now, and this is the first crop that we're having. So I'm a very proud Noni mama right now. So these are the 2 that are here. So excellent. And then behind you, we have jackfruit. We have jackfruit and mo mango trees coming up here. So on this side. So
now, do you have a well here? Or
yes, it is a well system. Okay. It is a well system. So these are the 2 jackfruit that we have here.
Do you know what variety you have?
I do not. I do not. I hate to admit I'm not a big jackfruit lover, but I am. We had last year. We had for the first time some really delicious ones. So I have my friends come and enjoy it here with me. We're in the process of putting in a prayer garden here, so under construction at this time.
You got more mangoes here.
More mangoes. So we have one here as well. Another long gun here. More dragon fruit that are on this side of the property. Okay.
And you made this place look like home because it looks like the Caribbean. Beautiful.
Thank you. Yeah, I wanted to replicate my own tropical paradise. so our family can enjoy that, and we're in the process of doing that. We have coconut trees that line this part of the property, and in the front as well we have additional coconut trees. And this is another long gun tree just sitting right there, and it was laden last year, and the bunches were just really large. It was like coming home every day and finding a treasure. So all of the mature fruit trees on that side. On this side of the property, it's more vegetables and a couple of the new installs that we put in that are a little bit more exotic. So we're going to show you those here now.
And it's beautiful. You got the coconuts lining the pool. Really nice.
Yes,
very nice.
That as well. Yeah. You gotta pretend you're in the Caribbean, but you're in Florida, correct?
There you go. And is your whole family into trees, or?
Oh yeah, we're a family of farmers. So my parents, were growing up in the Caribbean, they owned farmland, and that's how they made their living. So they farmed bananas and sweet potatoes and oranges and a number of other crops. So this, for me, being able to get back into the land at this age, is a family affair for us. So we absolutely love it. And this right here is a moringa. Yep. So we have a couple of these moringa trees on the property. And for me, I come out every day and just literally eat a couple of leaves of moringa, eat them fresh.
Do you have a lot of iron? Because it looks like the trees
have a lot of iron. Yes, we have a lot of iron in our water from our well system. So yes, it discolors parts of the property.
The moringa is wonderful. It's great.
It is beautiful. And it's just coming out every day, taking a couple of leaves, popping them in your mouth, and going from there.
Bunch of bananas here.
Bunch of bananas, but we have more on that side as well.
Any particular variety of bananas you got?
You know what? Again, this is where my American and Caribbean cultures clash. We know that they're about this big. I don't know the name of them. I just know they're delicious, and they're one of my favorites here. So on this side, we have another longan, as well as a passion fruit that's there. We have orange over here. And these right here are the newest installs that we have.
How did the orange do here?
You know, this particular tree, I'm surprised. It's doing very well. As you can see, the remnants of one that's dying. We're struggling trying to figure out what to do with this grapefruit. And where you're standing had two of the citrus. They did not do well at all.
Yeah, it usually doesn't out here.
Yeah, no, we haven't figured out how to make citrus work here quite yet, which you would think you're in Florida, but...
Well, they have issues in Florida.
Yeah, that's what we found out. Yeah. So we have a couple of papaya trees here, two of which are male, one is female, as you can see by the produce on it. And we just cut back our lemongrass, so those are growing now. And this is the newest part of our property that we have put in some new plants. So here we have the wampy, and I'm not sure many people who might even know the wampy. I didn't know about the wampy, but this is one of the wampy. We have the cashew, we have the mangosteen here, a couple of avocados, and we have a cherimoya, vanilla ice cream bean, the strawberry tree, and another citrus.
Okay.
So,
do you know the varieties of the avocados you have?
No, those were gifts. So here, as you know, in Loxahatchee, people try to offer others. So those are gifts, and the person who gave them to me didn't know what variety it is. So we have to wait until they're here, and then we can decide what kind of variety it is. So a lot of patience is going to be needed right now.
Yes.
Yeah. And down in this row, we have some bananas, we have more coconut and mango, as well as a green curry leaf tree in the front of the property. So
it's beautiful, and you got a garden here?
Yeah, so we're starting the garden. So this is my first year actually paying attention to the garden, so we're in the process of putting that in. Currently we have some scallions, we have some lettuce that's bolting, we call it shadow benny, but I guess here in the US you call it culantro. We have some spinach in the back, just put in some potatoes, and then we have some Cuban oregano over here as well. So and putting a new bed against the shed with tomatoes, with basil, with rosemary, cucumbers, okras. I'm trying to remember all the things that we put in. But again, I want to be able to eat fresh, eat organic, and really enjoy the fruits of living out here in the countryside.
Now I see these coconut trees that are huge.
They're big. Yeah.
How do you get those down?
I don't. I cry. So sometimes, but once a year or so, we have someone clean the trees for us and we're able to get the coconuts. Otherwise, we have to wait patiently until they drop and then use the dried ones for baking or other products like that. But for the most part, we get our coconuts, our fresh coconuts, on the ones that are in the front of the house that are dwarf trees. Because as you can see, even with a ladder and even with the gentleman in our family, we're not able to get those tall ones.
Now, with the avocados and just in general, I know it's so gracious to receive a gift, but this is why it's so important to know what they are, because yes, patience is the only true way to know, but there's different seasons to different varieties. So if somebody gave you, let's say, 2 of the same variety, as opposed to having one that's in one season and one another, you're cutting down half your season. So when you plant, everybody that's watching, that's why I'm saying this, it's good to know the variety and the season, so you don't come to a situation where you're only 2 avocados of the same season, knowing there's others. So
yeah, you know, when we got the tree, we were so enthusiastic. We're building out our new crops, so thinking, yes, we're going to take whatever we get. I think now that we're at this stage, it's more being a bit more strategic. But I think for anybody who's out there listening and you're thinking, all right, what do I do? Where do I start? The enthusiasm takes you over and you just want to get something in the ground. And then, quite frankly, it's a game now for us. Let's see what shows up. And
exactly.
Then we could adjust accordingly.
You could always top work the trees also.
Yes.
Okay, and finally, looks like you saved one of the best for last. What's this?
I saved the best for last. This by far, I know I said all my trees are the favorite. So this really is a favorite because I didn't know about the Jaboticaba before we came to this property, and it's currently blooming. So we had the first crop and now it has more flowers and it's absolutely delicious. For those who are not familiar, the fruit grows on the trunk. So all these bumps you see here right now, the flowers are going to come through, and this little fruit is what is the gem that comes from it. Absolute heaven. It is the tart skin and the inside. Oh my goodness. You can't ask for a better fruit. The Jaboticaba, or the Brazilian tree grape, is one of the fruits that we have here.
Now, was this here when you moved in?
This was here when I moved in. This was the gift. When I saw this, I kept thinking,
a great gift.
What on earth is this tree? And realized the owners told me what it was. And every year she has not failed me. So thank you, darling. Yes.
That's wonderful. This is such a beautiful place, everybody. Even if somebody has a small yard, they can make this happen.
Oh yeah, they definitely can. And we've taken, our family's taken in the last 4 years to put this together, and we have plans to add more trees. Again, the ones that we grew up with, not just the ones everybody else has, the ones that mean something to us, and the ones that are going to bring us the memories from our childhood, and the one that's going to bring us joy as well. So for us, this is a joy. It's a pleasure to be able to do this, and it's not work. At no time does this feel like work. It's about an opportunity to give back to ourselves, to our neighbors who offer us. And it's a great de-stressor. At least for me it is.
Absolutely it is. It's wonderful. And it kind of reminds you of God every time you see the soil, the planting, the seed growing, the fruit.
Every time I bring my friends here, I say, welcome to my mini Garden of Eden. It's an opportunity for people to, one, rest. It's the reason we have the place set up the way it does, so we can sit and rest. And for me, because of my faith, really remembering that this is the place where you can heal, as well as you're able to grow new things, and to know that everything in life has a season. So just like plants, you're able to have a planting season, a reaping season. Anybody who comes to the property, they say, think of your life as this phenomenal garden. And some days you're going to have a great harvest, and other days you're not. And some days your plants are going to get sick, just like you get sick. So take the time to rest and just be, because a garden doesn't do anything but be. And what a joy that is.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, thank you so much for joining us today, and having us come on out and show the place.
Thanks for joining and seeing what our family's been producing. Appreciate it.
All righty, everybody. Thank you. All right, everybody. There it was. That's why I say we're in the garden, and it's absolutely breathtaking what she's done here. The landscape here is beautiful. and I so look forward to seeing how these fruitful trees continue to grow in the future years. Thank you for watching, everybody. If you're from the Caribbean, make sure you post below the memories that this video had brought back to you. And if you have any ideas, comments, or suggestions, post them below as well. And if you have a garden or growing fruit trees, especially here in South Florida, and you'd like me to come out and feature you on the channel, my email's below. Please contact me there. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for watching. Have a great day and keep growing.